Fast in 15 years. Great conquerors and not thought of as murderers. Genghis Khan, Alexander the Great.
You are not Alexander the Great!
You are a fat man in a cell.
We're here to talk about the Reich Marshal, man. Was the movie good? Yes, it was amazing. This was a great movie. I liked it. Russell Crowe, even though he's gained weight, he still proves he's an A-lister in this to me. What's my man's name, man? Y'all know him from iRobot. I say iRobot. From Mr. Robot. Okay, is it Malik? Something like that, man. But is it Rami Malik? I ain't gonna do my man like that because I like him. He was amazing too, man. Iron Man's father was amazing. Who was another actor? Oh, Michael Shannon. Michael Shannon is also a great part of the movie. But I don't really want to talk so much more about the movie, man. The cinematography, was it great? Yes. The story was great. It's a real life story. Was that great? Yes. How it was shot, amazing. All the acting, incredible. Everybody was trying to clown Russell Crowe's German accent. I liked it. I liked his German. I liked it all. I liked the movie. But anyway, this movie is just telling you what's going on, man. I don't even know how to really even pop it off, man. I'm gonna just say it. What's going on in America today? But this is where people are confused. Everybody thinks white people are the Germans. Everybody think Trump is, Adolf. That's not true. That's not what it is, man. You got Latin people, people of color, black people. They will be considered the Germans, man. It's a frustrating thing, and I'm going to tell you why. Think about the story that Herman told, if you've seen the movie, spoiler alert, I'm about to spoil something about the movie. Herman told a story to Rami Malek's character when he told him, he loved his Uncle Herman, who he was named after, who was Jewish, who was his father's best friend. He said they played and he was rich and he loved them because he was so wealthy. And then, times got tough and Uncle Herman moved them into their home, him, his mother, and his father. And, his mother had a room right down the hall from Uncle Herman. He had a nice room. And his father stayed all the way downstairs in a little room. And Herman was so wealthy. His Uncle Herman, who he was named after, was so wealthy, he could walk down the hallway and enjoy his mother. That's where we are. When you look at the person about those files, what those files is about, your Uncle Epi, him, that's who's running things right now, man. Not just them, just, the usual suspects. They running things, and everybody is getting tired of it. People didn't take notice in movies or the Third Reich or what they was going through before it happened. He told them a lot of these parts, like Poland, parts of the Soviet, I think he said, it all belonged to Germans, or they would have had it, but the people they started attacking, they were running things. They were running things through wealth. They wasn't just taking Germans out, violently. It was through wealth. They were humiliating them. You didn't even feel like a man, is what he said. You didn't even feel like you couldn't feel like a real German man anymore with them running things because they just was humiliating and going up on prices and everything. So that's what I really loved about the movie. It didn't demonize the Germans. It made them look human. And that was the part where Howie, the officer who could speak German, he said, I'm going to smoke my cigarette after the war is over. And he was going to say, I think Strider was the guy's name. Strider, he was going to tell him, he's been confined in a Jew the whole time, which he didn't do that. Spoiler alert. He didn't do that, and he didn't smoke a cigarette because he realized the war wasn't over, because they are normal people. This could happen with anybody. You get what I'm saying? He didn't have that last cigarette. The war ain't over. And that's what people don't realize, man. It's not going to be fancy, scary suits next time. People aren't going to see it. Like I said, look at this whole fiasco with the Super Bowl, man. Like, you get so many racist people. It is what it is. I'm older now. Most people are. Let them have their fun. But no, everybody hates You know, you hate brown people. Just like the little heads hated real Germans. Ain't that crazy? You know, America, you know, came from two different people to name. Some Italian people say, Italian man, they say his name was the feminine way to say his name, Amerigo. It was an Italian guy. And then there's a southern tribe who called it, I forget the name, but it stood for the Americas. So the people who named this place, they have no say here. Just like in Germany, the little hats was running Germany. The actual Germans had no say there. People think it's on the flip side because everybody wants to be the Germans or the heroes or the people who aren't the victims. And we need to wake up before something like that happens again. It's happening, and people just can't see it. It's not going to go the way that you think it's going to go, man. You think the pale man, the white, you think it's just this. Everybody, Rome came to an end. That's what it's kind of reminded me of as well, you know, when Julius Caesar got stabbed. Because nobody was liking the way that he was taking it. He was so polarizing. He had people loving him, have people loving it, have people hate him, and then his best friend ended up being part of the backstab. You know, that's how I saw this movie, man. I was just gonna come up here and do a little review about it, but it's deeper than a review. It's time for us to wake up, which I know we won't, man. You know, history repeats itself because we never learn it. We never look at it. Everybody's in their fantasy land. Everybody's living fantasy, and they want to be the hero in their movie. History will repeat itself, and I just want to let people know it's not going to go the way you think it's going to go. And also, I didn't know Alec Baldwin made a version of this movie with Brian Cox, dog. And I might I add about Brian Cox, I like his Hannibal better than I like Anthony Hopkins. That's just a little side note. I think Brian Cox is actually a better actor than Anthony Hopkins, but that's another story. Anyway, man, Nuremberg, I think it's a classic. I think people aren't going to appreciate it right now, just like they didn't appreciate the Alec Baldwin, which I got to watch. It's too real. It's too real. Like, it's too real, man, and that's all I can say about it. You know, look at your boy Epi. Uncle Epi then went down, and people still trying to, well, you got to think about it's the left's fault. Stop with this left is right, man. What people really do, white people are good. That's what I hear when I hear people say the left and right. I think, stop looking at white people's evil. Well, tell your white counterparts to stop being evil. I don't know, man. Anyway, man, I'm out. Don't be a nigga.
There's also armament industries under Jewish directors.
Was that the first of your legal measures against the Jews?
I believe removal from office was first in 1933.